Pokémon-Kenntnisse schlecht.
Oh ja, Englisch.
Okay.
So.
So, hello. We're here to comment the third match today.
Yes, of course, it's from the Pokemon TCG. My name is Patrick and...
I'm Maria.
Yes. We have for one player that feature matches is about, I think, Fatih. We'll see it right afterwards, I think. 2 rounds are already played. We have some decks saw that are making some good plays. Just what I saw is a Ho-Oh deck with Huntail. This is the deck that Fatih plays, so we'll see it afterwards. Yes. So now they're starting.
We can see the game begins just as usual. They're starting to make up their first hands.
Yes. So it seems that the left player, I don't know if this is Fatih, is playing a Psychic deck. So some Psychic and Wonder, no, not a Wonder Energy, it's a special Psychic Energy that lets you retreat for 2 few retreat costs. So maybe this is a deck with Gengar or Trevenant.
Well, I'm a bit excited on which Pokemon we are gonna see today, since I haven't seen any matches played with the new Alpha Sphere and Omega Ruby decks.
Yes, that's special here at the Arena Cups. We have a new format here. First of all, we have the new Primal Clash set. So this is the first tournament in Europe which the set is legal, and the special thing is here that the whole tournament is in the expanded format. So usually cards from Black and White to Dragon Exalted are usually not allowed to play, and here they are. So I think they're waiting, and we have seen a Clamperl on Fatih's side. This is the basic Pokemon of the Huntail. Huntail's strategy of the deck of Fatih is to get rid of cards like Ho-Oh and a lot of different basic energies. And then you can flip a coin when Ho-Oh is in the discard pile. And if it's heads, you may put the Ho-Oh directly on the bench and put 3 different kind of basic energies on it. So Huntail's attack will getting boosted, because Huntail's attack does 20 damage for each energy on the player's field that plays the card.
Actually, it seems they are starting the game.
Not right now. I think they are waiting until everyone is ready and the judges will let them go.
Okay.
In the meantime, we have got the metagame analysis. We have a lot of Bronzong Fairies decks and Eviltal decks.
Yeah.
And about
Pite, the sets are new. Groudon and Caracas seem to be very rare today, which is a bit surprising to me.
I think this was of the fear of Genesect, because Genesect with a Lonely Muscle Band can knock out a Groudon or a Kyogre, which is setting up really hard, and then just one attack knocks it out. So,
but only a couple of people have Genesect decks with them.
Yes, we have just 4. So I think there are more. There were more expected to play today, but not that much.
So we can say it's going to be interesting today, I think.
Yes, of course. And I'm not sure what exactly Alexander is playing. I don't know. Here we have list. Ooh, this is interesting. He plays a Gengar EX with Trevenant. So he puts 60 damage on the opponent, poisons it, and then he retreats. And then he retreats usually in a Pokemon that cannot be attacked, like maybe Sigilyph. Yes, Sigilyph is in the deck. And or Trevenant, which blocks item cards. Yes, here we see the Sigilyph. And Alexander is about to start, and because his opponent had a mulligan, he may draw an extra card. So in the beginning we have the Sigalith with the mystery energy and the float stone, so he's able to retreat it every time without energy costs. Yes, here we see the Sigalith. Safeguard prevents it from all attacks from EX. That's the reason why it's in the deck. When you retreat Gengar with its attack, you can put on Sigalith, and Sigalith blocks everything then, and then you can retreat and attack again, and your opponent cannot attack.
But I also think you were right by pointing out that he will have a Psycho deck. I think there will be many Psycho attacks today.
Yes, in this deck, of course. So now we see a Dimension Valley, which lets us let Psychic Pokemon attack for 1 energy less. So Gengar usually needs 3 energies to attack. In this case, it's just 2. And he got his Gengar with the Ultra Ball. So now it's Fatih's turn. So right now he needs to get rid of energies and get them back on the discard pile. And of course, at the moment he has only 1 active Pokemon, so and no bench. So it's pretty important for him to put down a Pokemon on the bench.
But we can already see the clan pile, which is probably soon to be a Huntail.
Yes, this will be the next turn, I think.
If he can get the Huntail out of his deck. I think he's searching for it right now.
Firstly, I think he's looking out in the deck to see what is in the deck, what is in the prizes. And of course we see the Ho-Oh and the Fighting Energy getting discarded. And a Lysander, maybe he has a Versus Seeker in his hand and wants to grab a Pokemon from the bench. Oh no, he plays a random receiver, so he doesn't want to draw the Lysander. And hopes to get more or less the Juniper or an N. Which he got.
Oh yes.
Yes, this Juniper is really crucial for him because he needs those 7 cards to get a basic Pokemon on the bench. As soon as we see the Tropical Beach here, it ends your turn, but you are allowed to draw up to 7 cards, which is in the first turns when you cannot attack. It's pretty useful. Well, I don't see the card that is played down, but I think he wanted to play the sure way and play down a Ho-Oh.
I think for 2 years it looks like something reddish or yellow, so it's probably Ho-Oh.
Yes, it seems so.
Well, it would be logical if he'd played at the beginning of the game.
Yes, this is the Ho-Oh we talked about earlier. And even for Metal or Reason Genesect decks, it can hit for weakness, and with the 3 energy it gets, it does of course at least 80 damage then. Maybe with a Muscle Band or another energy, it's 100, and adding up the weakness, you're getting 1-hit KOs on those Metal or Grass EX Pokemon.
Well, at this point I want to say that shiny cards are super nice to see, but they're crucial if you're trying to comment a game.
Yes, really.
Because it's obviously quite hard to see the cards.
Yes, now here we see the coin flips. He has 2 Ho-Ohs in his discard pile, so he tried it two times, and yes, this moment both fails, but that's not that bad for him, because he has next turn he has the possibility to do that again. I
think he will try until it works.
Yes, as we see the hand of Alexander, it does not look really good, because with only Psychic energies in the Lysander, he cannot really do a lot.
He can
So
get
needs
anything out of his Gengar
to
since
do
he
tropical
needs
beach. Yes.
many other energies now.
Yeah, sure. So maybe we see about 8 energies on the field at the end of this turn. It's possible,
Yes.
but we'll see if he gets heads or not.
Oh, it seems he managed to evolve to Houndtail.
Yes. And the Super Cyclone, which lets you pick up 1 Pokemon card to your hand, and all cards that are attached to it. So when you have a Ho-Oh with energies and it's big damaged, or like this is played for safety, he can pick it up in the hand and discard it right away with the Ultra Ball or other cards like Juniper. And then he has it in his discard pile and gets it back on the field with the energies. And here we saw an acrobike that lets you see the top 2 cards of your deck, and he got a Fire Energy and Level Ball, so he discarded the Fire Energy to get it back with the Ho-Oh, and with the Level Ball he drew, he got himself a new Clamper.
Yes. I'm still a bit confused about what Alexander is gonna do now, since he still has pretty less energies on his hand.
I think he has enough energies on his hand, but his strategy is to getting out the Pokemons like Trevenant, or what I saw. It's written on German. It's a Tandroik. It's the Dragalga, which doesn't let your opponent retreat when it is poisoned. So he has really a lockdown deck, Alexander, and tries to poison his opponent and doesn't let him attack, doesn't let him play items, or even doesn't let him retreat. So now we see he had heads, so he may pick the Ho and 3 different kind of energies. And right now he has 5 energies on the field, as I see it. And
Yes.
with the powerful Storm attack, he does 20 damage for each. So this is already enough to knock out the Sigilyph, which he
Probably.
will probably do, yes.
Okay.
Here another Ultra Ball for another Ho-Oh. Yes, that's correct. He has another energy there on his other Houndtail.
So he just finished the excuse me.
The turn with the attack Powerful Storm, so he knocked out then the Sigilyph.
Yes, genau.
And here we have a Dosing Machine, so he gets back another trainer card from his discard pile. And he picks a Dimension Valley, of course, that he cannot attack with the bottom attack Dark Corridor. And now he's able to do at least 70 damage on the Houndtail, but it will not be enough to knock it out in this
No.
turn. So
Don't
Houndtail
think
gets
so.
another chance to attack.
At this point, it still seems that Alexander still prepares his deck, as he still has just a few Pokemon out there.
He has the problem here, he has just the Gengars out, so he needs, for the real lock, he needs all the other supporting cards like Sigilyph, Dragalge or Trevenant, which we see the Skrelp, the basic Pokemons, which evolves in Dragalge, so he has that card in his hand, so
Okay.
I think we will see that next turn.
Okay. He put back his Gengar, which has already energies. I think he doesn't want to have damage on it.
Yes, of course. You always save Gengar from the active spot. When you attack, you switch your Pokemon, so it doesn't get attacked, and you can attack next turn again with a free non-damaged Gengar. Or when your opponents want to get attacks at Gengar, he needs to play Lysander or a catcher or anything else that brings up you another Pokemon, and this needs some resources your opponents might need to use to attack or do the right amount of damage.
Which means this Gengar is only here to die.
Yes, it's a really hit and run deck. And another head for Ho.
Oh yes.
So we will have about, well, 7 energies, so it will be 140 damage. And with the Silver Bangle, he does 30 more damage to his opponent's Gengar. So this will sum up to the necessary 170. And of course another energy on Huntail, so this is more than enough to get 2 more prizes.
Definitely.
And here we see that Lysander on the Gengar with the energies. Yes.
Yes.
I think they were not sure if he played a supporter in his turn because there were so many actions, but it doesn't seem like that.
I'm still curious about the left card on his deck. What this might be.
Which card do you mean?
The one we can see. It seems to be a water Pokemon.
This one with the damage down.
No, the one right to it.
This seems to be for me a Clamperl.
Yes.
This is the basic Pokemon of the Huntail. So when he evolves this one, he has 3 Huntails in the play then.
Which could be very, very bad to Alexander.
Yes, definitely.
But I think Alexander plays Huntail 2 at this moment. Is this a Huntail on his bank?
No, this is the Dragalge right now. So the left card. It is in the deck because of the ability. It doesn't let your opponent retreat when it's poisoned. And we see the bottom card, the right card, Alexander's field. This is a Thump, or it's on German, it's an Puragoni, which when it evolves, it blocks item cards from the opponent when it's in the active spot.
Oh yes.
So here we have the card, yes, with the ability for his curse. When it's active, in this case, Fatih wouldn't have been able to attach the Silver Bangle to the active Huntail. But it's not active, not even out on the field, so...
I think this is just for prevention, in case Fatih is going to look for more cards from his stack.
So now we have another Ho-Oh in the discard pile. And I think he has enough energies to get those energies with the Ho-Oh back. Oh, here now with the Battle Compressor too, so he has definitely enough energy in the discard pile. So this card, the Battle Compressor, is really important in this deck because you really need these energies and the Ho-Ohs in the discard pile. And with Ultra Ball, you can only discard cards from your hand, or Acrobike. You can just discard 1 card from the top 2 cards of your deck. So with Battle Compressor you have a really efficient way to put cards in your discard pile, and with Ho-Oh of course, put it on the bench.
So,
yes,
I think that was it?
Yes, Alexander's realized that he has no chance to win this game anymore, and to save time for this 50-minute rounds, he conceded this match and goes on to the second match. Maybe he has then enough time to win the third match.
Which means Fatih has won this time?
And Alexander is 1 match behind, yes. It's interesting how Alexander will manage this deck because it's really a new deck. We have Huntail from the Primal Clash set and Ho-Oh from the Dragon Exalted set, so both cards were not allowed in standard format tournaments, which were regionals in the last time or city championships we had. So this is a new deck some people never saw here or saw the first time and don't know how to handle it. So it's a real surprise.
Yeah, it's always the same. I mean, new possibilities always cause new problems for gamers. And I think this time this is something like a problem that's quite hard to solve. And probably it'd be better to prevent from getting too many energy cards on the deck.
Yes, if the deck would be known more before, maybe some players would have played more cards that prevents abilities from Pokemon like Garbodor or other cards that prevents abilities, but I think they are ready to start the second game. And we see Alexander has already 4 Pokemon on his field, so this is definitely better start than before.
Oh yes. But I saw Fatih's hand, and he also has quite a few Pokemon right now, I think so.
No, Fatih has not that much Pokemon. He has a lot of item cards, so
Oh yeah.
he better place them soon before Trevenant comes out and blocks them all. And Alexander attached the double colorless energy, not doing any more else. So he's prepared to do in his second turn, bring out everything like the Trevenant, the Floatstone or Mystery Energy. And gets his Trevenant safely back then. And puts on an item lock on Fatih.
Yes. But despite Fatih has a Ho-Oh right on his bank now.
It's in the active spot.
Excuse me.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm a bit bad with the TCG language. He still needs a few more Pokemon to raise enough energies for his strategy.
Yes, of course. So both needs a little bit of setup here. So we see some decks here like Landorus, which can attack in the first turns and puts on a lot of pressure. And we see in this game here, we see both decks that needs a little bit of preparation. So they usually do not attack in the first turns.
Oh yes.
Now we see all the cards, the item cards that couldn't be in play then in the next turns.
Yeah.
So Versus Seeker or the Silver Bangle and the Battle Compressor. So he needs all the cards down to bring that in the field.
Yes. Fatih already played his Clampel again, which is again soon to be evolved to Hauntail, and a second Clampel has just been played.
Yes, and he's thinking about Super Cyclone, his Ho-Oh, yes. And he has another Ultra Ball in his hand, so he will discard this Ho-Oh, probably with not a Water Energy or the Tropical Beach. Yes, the Tropical Beach, because he has already won out, and after the first turns, he doesn't need the Tropical Beach anymore. Especially Tropical Beach is one card we will see only in expanded games, because in the standard format it's not in there. It's been rotated out in the last from the last season.
Now we just saw that he has at least 4 Clampels in his deck.
Yes, definitely. That deck is based on consistency, so you have definitely a 4/4 line of Houndtail to get the Houndtails out and attack with them. And of course 4 Ho-Ohs and a lot of energies.
Yeah, while Alexander's deck is mostly based on Paragoni and Gengar. As you can see, he has already 2 Paragoni in the game and I think 2 Gengars. Oh wait, he just evolved Drumbuck?
Yes, so now we have the Trevenant out, which blocks item cards when it gets in the active position. So all Alexander has to do is attach a psychic energy to Gengar to be able to use the Dark Corridor attack and knock out that one Clamperl, so there are 3 left in this case, and put on Trevenant, so Fatih cannot play anymore any Battle Compressors, Ultra Balls, or Versus Seeker to get a Lysine or Juniper back, so this is most likely a bit more in the favor of Alexander.
Oh yes. I'm also still missing the Ho-Ohs so far.
Yes, probably. I think he doesn't have enough different energies in his discard pile. So when he has less than 3 different energies in the discard pile, it doesn't get you so much because you can only play then 2 energies. And
at this point, he has 2 water energies, and I haven't seen any other energies on his hand so far.
Yes, of course, he plays a lot of different energies, but the water energies are necessary to attack with Huntail. And here we see what I talked about before. He used our corridor, knocked out the Clamperl, and now Fatih is in the trainer lock, so the Battle Compressor in his hand is useless.
Now he played Jirachi?
Yes. This is a card that's even more for consistency. When you play it down, you may search your deck for a supporter card. And in this case, he took a Juniper because most of his hand is pretty useless. Yes, of course. Here we have we had 3 item cards and an energy. And here again, the Ultra Ball and the Silver Bangle, they are all not playable cards. So we would see the play of the Ultra Ball with discarding 2 energies and the Silver Bangle. Maybe something to get up Gengar in manner of time, but all this now is not that possible. And Fatih has now a real tough time.
Oh yes, and Jirachi is still too weak to fight by itself. So he just needs a Hauntal at this time, I think, or at least a Ho-Oh and more energy cards.
Yes, definitely. He needs a lot of more energy cards in the game. And Jirachi is not supposed to attack any time. I never saw any deck that was based on attacking with Jirachi. It's really just in the deck to get to get a supporter out and keep your deck going.
Oh yes.
So with the N, Alexander played. He didn't draw a Floatstone or a Mystery Energy.
Oh.
In case he already played a Psychic Energy to Gengar, so this time he might be not able. Yes, he was not able to retreat. So that Clamperl lived a turn longer. Maybe evolves to a Huntail.
Probably. What is this Dedenne for he just played?
Dedenne is in the deck especially against decks or that are weak to lightning, especially Yveltal. When an Yveltal with 4 or more energies attacks with its Evil Ball attack, you can strike back with Dedenne with the energy short attack when the Yveltal has 4 energies at least attached to this 80 damage. With the weakness it's 160, so you just need a muscle band to attach, and with that tiny little mouse you knock out the big Yveltal EX.
It's surprising that this little mouse has an attack which is pretty similar to Ho-Oh's.
It is pretty similar. It's the contrary of it. Ho-Oh's does the 20 damage for each energy itself has, and then it does the damage, the amount of the energy that are attached to the opponent's Pokemon, but only to the active. And due to the weakness from Gengar and Trevenant to Darkness Pokemon, it has a really tough. It's really tough to play against Yveltal decks. So this card is probably in the deck to make the matchup against Yveltal a bit better.
Oh wait, is this a Hauntal, or at least 2?
Yes, there is a Hauntal active and a Hauntal on the bench. So He might start attack in this turn, but he has only 6 energies down.
He
So
has a few more in his hand.
Yes, but the problem is he can play just 1 energy per turn.
Yes.
So he needs the Ho-Oh to be on the bench. And I don't know if he has enough energies down there.
He just needs to gather more time right now.
Yes, but as I saw, he did 60 damage to the Trevenant because he has 3 energies on the field. And the Trevenant was getting attacked by Huntail's powerful storm. Yes. So it seems like a judge intervened here. Maybe Alexander drew another card. I didn't saw that exactly, but I think this is getting sorted out right now.
And Fatih is searching for cards again.
Yes, in his discard pile, he's looking there, checking what he has and what might be in the deck and in the prizes.
Well, this is one of the phases which happen in every game, that there's just pretty less to happen. But yeah, for the gamers, it's a really rough time since they have to make decisions right now and rethink their strategy probably.
Yes, and now we see the Ho-Ohs coming down with the 3 energies, so we have that 6 energies on the field, or 5, I assume?
I see 5.
Yes, now
Two
there
water?
are 6.
Oh no, 6, now there are 6. He has 1 steel behind the darkness. Or the Psycho? It's Psycho.
Yes, and all 3 Huntails have water energy, so all Huntails are able to attack. And with 7 energies out of the field, he can knock out the Gengar in 1 hit right now. So maybe when Gengar gets back on the bench, when he can play a Lysander, then he can knock out the Gengar, which is fully powered up.
Oh yes.
But we see another play from Alexander. He gets up the Ho-Oh, because the Ho-Oh has energies that powers up Huntail's attack, so he needs to lock down the Ho-Oh in the active spot or knock it out in the best way. So in this case he will do 80 damage plus the poison to 90, gets back to his Trevenant, puts Fatih in an item lock, and oh no, he doesn't put on Trevenant in the active spot.
But he made some damage on Ho-Oh.
Yes,
anyway?
That's the 90 damage, I presume. And with the Dragalge, Ho-Oh may not retreat because it's poisoned. And now we see Fatih's taking the chance to play item cards, getting the Ho-Oh down in the discard pile and energies, that he can bring them back again. Oh, and that Lysander, that's a really good call for him when he has hands on the oh no, he cannot retreat right now, so this is not the complete game turn for him. He has to attack with the Ho-Oh in this case. So yes. It seems that we will soon start with VGC plays afterwards. So
with round 5?
With already round 5, yes. VGC plays are much faster. Oh, and here we see.
Oh, yeah, we're already in a game.
So what do we have?
We have alright, I'm confused by the names, excuse me. We have a Rotom with water type.
Yes, the washed Rotom.
Yes. We have a Togekiss.
Togekiss and a Sylveon. So 2 fairy Pokemons against Dragon and the Water
Electro.
Electric type, yes.
Okay, now he played Metacross.
And and the hyper voice was coming out, it would probably have Salamence knocked out, so it was the right choice from Noah to switch it to Metagross, which has a good standing against fairy types with it here, with its metal type.
Oh yes. Yeah, he Togekiss just pushed up his speed, I think.
Yeah, so it's Tailwind. Let's boost all the let's boost the speeds of all of its Pokemon himself for about 5 turns, I think. So all Pokemon of Noah are a little bit fast. No, from Anja are a little bit faster, I think.
Yes. And now Togekiss gets all the hits because of the attack he just used, and also Rotom is out.
Yes, that Hyper Voice was just too strong for it.
Oh yes. Well, that's a quite creative name.
Yes, definitely. Even Mr. X is almost pretty obvious here. It's interesting, from before he had a dragon, he had Salamence and Rotom out, which was not really favorable against the fairy Pokemon that Anja has. But now with the fairy and the metal Pokemon, the fairy attacks doesn't do that much damage anymore.
Oh yes. Oh yes, he withdraw the Sylveon and comes out with Metagross too.
Another Metagross.
This seems to be the event Metagross, which has been
I think it was distributed at the beginning of the release from the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Or was it already in X and Y? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. No, you got it on Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
Anyway, it's already down. That was pretty fast.
Yes, that was a good call from Noah. The double target the Metagross, because Togekiss protected itself, so any attacks to Togekiss would have gone to nothing.
Now we have Whiskogon, which is a dragon-type Pokemon, even if it doesn't seem so.
Yes, it's a gooey Goodra. So this is really a bulky Pokemon, even Togekiss, so it's not that offensive line here from Anja. So for damage putting attacks, we think we will need to wait till Sylveon is out. It can hit Salamence for weakness, or maybe Goodra has some matching attacks for Entei or Metagross.
I think she wants to get rid of Metagross, since this is a pretty strong Pokemon and often causes problems to players. Oh no, she attacks Entei.
Yes, here we see the
And
flamethrower.
Metagross.
Oh, it didn't do that amount of damage.
Yeah, it has a pretty high defensive, that's why it's played so often, and Togekiss is out.
So Anja will be down to her 2 only Pokemon.
An ice attack on a dragon is always bad. And it's
And
frozen.
they're frozen. So this Goodra will do not much. But with the flamethrower, it might melt the ice and attack again.
Probably, if it's not getting killed.
Yes, but with the Tailwind out, it will be faster than Metagross and Entei, I assume.
But we have another Sylveon now.
Yes, that's the one she retreated before. So I think this will go to attack pretty soon.
Probably she's trying to finish Metagross first, since it has just a few KP left. But no.
Yeah, so we see the double target on Sylveon, so it was knocked out before it was able to do anything.
But yes,
Good
now
choice for Noah, because Sylveon is really a threat. And
so
I see we are going back to TCG.
Yeah, we're changing games again, so prepare for some TCG coming up now.
Yes. We have seen before the game between Fatih and Alexander here. Yes, Fatih won the second game.
2?
So he was able to change the field. He had probably enough energies down on the field to knock out the Pokemons of Alexander. And yes. Yes.
Okay, he seems to be quite happy. Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations. It's a really good deck and very inventive. So it was a good call from Fatih to play a deck like this, and it's fast.
Yeah.
And a lot of players see this deck the first time and maybe don't know, should I target the Ho-Oh or should I target the Huntail? And this confusion of the opponent can lead to some misplays, and then you are getting more advantages of a surprise deck.
Yes, but let's see how this deck is going to be played in the future. I think it will be played a lot in the upcoming World Championships.
Here in the World Championships we will have the standard format. So in the standard format those cards, the Ho-Oh will not be allowed in there because it's from Dragon Exalted. So we have here with this special tournament has really the expanded format, which lets you play a lot of more cards, like the level ball we saw to put Pokemon out with 90 or less hit points, and of course the Ho-Oh, which is just seen in expanded format tournaments. So this is the special here at the Arena Cups. There are the first tournaments with the new set, and it is expanded, so we have a lot of decks you will see not that much anywhere else, but maybe an indicator to the next format, which is introduced with Primal Clash.
Oh yes, that's going to be excited too. I mean, every new tournament will bring new decks.
Yes, of course. As we saw many movements in the last few months there with the actual format, and I think Primal Clash will have a huge impact. We also have seen that we have some fairy decks here, mostly played with God of War, of course. God of War hits a lot of damage when you have a lot of the energies in the field out. It's a pretty similar attack like Huntail. It does 30 damage for each fairy energy on your own field, but the Mega God of War is a Mega Evolved Pokemon, so it has more hit points. So I assume it's 210 and can not knocked out in one hit by most of the Pokemons here. And with the Aromatisse and the Fairy Garden, where you can switch your Pokemon and the energies, you are able to use Max Potion and lose no energies, and you have a fresh God of War again. So we will see if God of War decks will be there that good, or if they are getting beaten by that metal decks.
Yes, of course, because metal decks are still quite common here. I mean, the usual Pokemon like Burnsong are always played, and they also had to come back through the new Omega Sphere, no, excuse me, Alpha Sapphire, Omega Ruby introductions. So, yeah, let's see.
Yes, especially the metal decks in the release of Phantom Forces, we didn't saw a lot of Bronzong here in Europe. So I can talk about Switzerland, where it was not played that much, and it got more and more played in the forest. So yeah.
So we can say that also the next upcoming matches are going to be quite exciting and
very interesting, because we have a lot of different decks. And now we have a little break.
Oh yes.
Until the next round's coming, and we will be there for the next round.
Yes.